I've absolutely no idea, Boydie, where to start with what you've witnessed this afternoon at Turf Moor. At one point, it was Brentford leading by 3-0. There were cries of game over. Not a bit of it. Back came Burnley, roaring to 3-3. Then they go in front, and the first of 2 goals ruled out by VAR. The first for Zian Fleming, the second for Ashley Barnes, which would have made it 4-4 right at the end. Let's just clear up those two first of all. Were they both correctly ruled out for Burnley?
You need to remind me of what happened, Simon.
Do you want to run you through the whole thing?
Yeah,
Have you not written it down?
The first one was Handball, who was excellent the second half. Excellent. He plays a quick free kick in behind and in behind Coyote, I think it is. In fact, it might be Donovan. And Jayden Anthony is, well, it's a fraction, but the rules are the rules. If he's offside, he's offside. He cut it across and Fleming managed to get it in the back of the net. The second one, a lovely ball at the back post, and Joe Worrell goes and wins it, heads it back down, and it just looks as if there's one angle that we saw that looked as if it hit Ashley Barnes in the midriff, and then there's another angle that looked as if it hit him in the arm. So, I mean, Mike, you called it straight away. You thought it was a handball.
I said to Dorse, I said it could be chalked up, but it took a long time, and I think that obviously with the score being 4-3, a lot at stake, and I think we said before just off air that when it did get disallowed, he didn't really go mad, Ashley Barnes. I think he kind of knew it was handball. He thought he could get away, but unfortunately now you can't. And it is the correct decision. It is the correct decision.
Both of them correct for you, Mike?
Yeah.
Look, in a game like this, with this kind of drama, I mean, so often VAR cues are spoiling the fun. You've got to make sure these are absolutely spot on. For you, they were. Yeah,
I mean, the first one, from the naked eye, he looks onside, but I think the far side near, I can see why that's been chalked up for offside. Automated offside, give him offside. Handball at the end. It's black and white in it. If it hits his hand, you can't score. Hits his hand, knocks it in the back of the net, goes disallowed. So, correct decision.
They'll talk about, what is it, the 5 centimetres? Do you think that not come into play?
No, not that one. No.
Just a quick one, Boydie, on the fight back, because, I mean, listen, no one would have really probably... Well, one or two probably did, shouted at the screen when he said game over, but Brentford were 3-0 up. The boos were ringing out, not for the first time this season. How on earth did Burnley fight back to get it level, get themselves in front, and then, of course, the goals ruled out?
So I said to Merce after it went 3, this could be 5 or 6. I mean, it was... They couldn't deal with them. The back line of Burnley were petrified. I mean, petrified of that front line of Brentford, and Damsgaard getting forward as well, who was outstanding also. But the goal just before half-time, it's a ball played to the back post. Jayden Anthony gets a shot away, it hits off Coyote, goes in the back of the net. And then all of a sudden, I mean, there was still boos. Made a couple of substitutions at half-time. There is no doubt that it had an impact. Lyle Foster especially, because it went more direct. They asked Brentford to defend. That's exactly what happened. They then get the second one. Anthony again, it ends up, he gets a shot away. And it hits off Coyote and ends up the back of the net. And all of a sudden, the place just got a lift. I mean, that was what, 2 minutes after half-time as well. And you've kind of felt as if another one was coming. Fleming, I mean, it was an outstanding ball from Handball all the way to the back post, just begging to go and be headed into the back of the net. And it was a terrific, aggressive, good striker play from Fleming, going, attacking it, fantastic header into the back of the net. And then you felt as if 3-3, there's only going to be one winner because the momentum was with Burnley. They then go 4-3 ahead, it gets chopped off, and then 93 minutes, really composed finish from Damsgaard in the box. Down the left-hand side, love the ball in. Yes, Burnley will probably look at it, thought they could have defended it better, but take nothing away from Damsgaard. As soon as it comes in, first touch, kills it stone dead, and then just fires it past the Rafkin, the goal. He was outstanding. Really controlled that middle of the pitch for large periods. But I mean, if there's one person that shouldn't have been in the losing side today, it was Handball. He came off towards the end, but he was outstanding, especially the second half. And you look at it now for Brentford.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 7th, 2 points behind Chelsea. Chelsea got that tough game tomorrow. They're right in the mix for that European
Bournemouth
spot.
away next.
Yeah, they're right in the mix for the European spot.
Well, it is 3 wins in a row. It is the first time this season they've hit a side for 5, but not, he says, their best performance of the season. Well, be a fair assessment for you, Dawes?
100%, completely agree with Arne Slot there. We asked Cody Gakpo about scoring from set pieces. Only scored 4 before today, and get 3 within 45 minutes. One of them was a second phase, but still, they all count. There's different ways to win football matches, and as comfortable as it looks at 5-2, the game doesn't look like that when you're watching it. Or it certainly didn't. Even at 3-0, I've called it game over, and they come straight out after second half, West Ham, and show a response. So, but credit to Arne Slot, up to 5th, 3 wins on the bounce and plenty of positives, but realise it wasn't perfect.
And in terms of that top 4 battle, at the moment outside on goal difference, but of course Manchester United still have to play tomorrow at home to Crystal Palace, and we know how good they've been under Michael Carrick. How big a scrap are Liverpool in to get Champions League football next season?
Well, they are, because it's not in their hands. You know, with teams playing in and around, and they've got to find this consistency. And you know, when maybe things aren't quite going right, you have to ride your luck a little bit at times. But they've got some big games coming up, starting with Wolves on Tuesday, and then Wolves in the FA Cup, Galatasaray, and then we go in the Premier League. The next 4 after that is Spurs, Brighton, Fulham, Everton. So some big games for him. You know, we were just saying there with Merce how you talk about very likeable manager. He's had challenges this season with players that have come in, and talk about hitting the ground running in the Premier League, how challenging it can be. No Wirtz today. We're starting to see glimpses of what we saw in Germany. Ekitike, who I'm a huge fan of. And I think for him, probably the best thing that's happened is probably not saying that his mate and his strike partner or someone who's up against it. He's having a consistent run of games, scoring goals, getting assists, and, you know, a top player. So it's been a challenging season for him, but I like what I'm seeing with Liverpool.
Is it safe to say they're just doing enough?
Yes, that's probably what I would watch them last week against Forest, and sometimes, you know, results cover things up. Last week in the first half against Forest, they were terrible. Yeah. They could have been out of sight, Forest, and then they ended up getting a little bit fortunate.
What is it, though, Dawes? Because
do you know what?
Goals, are they that open?
Yeah, even today. I mean, Somerville was electric at times. Alisson making some big saves, and probably a little bit of poor finishing from West Ham at times, decision-making. So they've got to nullify the opportunities of the opposition, and that was the same at Forest. I look and think, wow, on the counter-attack, transition, exactly the same today. But in any game of football, you have to score when you're on top, and that's what they did today.
I mean, Merce, listen, download the highlights, have a look at Jordan Pickford's save. It is absolutely extraordinary. I mean, you said it was one of the best you've ever seen. It was amazing, wasn't it?
Oh, 100%. First of all, Tonali's volley is unreal. He runs onto it and hits it as hard as he can, and it's moving. And to save it and put it onto the bar, honestly, is worthy of winning any football match. Sometimes you see a goal in a game, you go, oh, that's worthy of winning any game. That was worthy of winning any game, that save. It was a phenomenal save. And I thought they just deserved it, Everton. I thought they defended very well. Started off, great goal. It looked like a set piece, worked on with Braithwaite. Really whipped in at the near post, and he gets a glance, scores. But then they score seconds later, deflected shot by Ramsey. And then Beto scores, bad mistake by Pope. And then they come out second half, and then Murphy scores. And then that's another deflection. And you think, oh, you know, Everton ain't getting the luck. Go up the other end, and I can't express it. Dewsbury Hall goes, a brilliant bit of play, pulls it across the 6-yard box, and Barry and Hall are going for it, and they both fall over, and Barry's literally sliding towards the goal, not even facing the ball, and he hits his backside and goes in. It's unbelievable, and then we have the save. It's phenomenal. I thought, you know, they defended very well. I thought Tonali of Newcastle, proper player.
But the problem for Newcastle United, that inconsistency that Eddie Howe talked about in the league, just continues for Everton. I mean, you look at their last 6 wins of their last 7 have all been away from home. If they could sort out their home form, they'd be dangerous.
Yeah, they would be. It's different, though. It's different kind of pressure playing at home. Yeah, especially with the new stadium as well.
Yeah.
You know, with them, it's not that much of a home advantage at the moment, you know, so when teams go there. So, yeah, I think if they can sort that out and play like they are, they're a dangerous team, Everton. I think if anybody's got to play them towards the end of the season, you're in for a difficult game.